Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to do the video that got voted the most. They got the most fingers up, and that's none other than Sahara live at Tampa. I admit, the first time I saw the name of the video, the title, I thought somebody spelled Tampere wrong. And then I realized, no, it's Tampa, Florida, in the U.S.
Oh, you know what's funny?
You thought the same thing?
I know. I generally thought Tampa was just short for Tampere.
No, it's Tampa, Florida, in the U.S.
They played in Tampa?
I guess they did. I didn't know they did, but I guess they did. I mean, the video is live.
Most Nightwish videos, they come from, like, Europe, so it's
yeah, from some performances in Europe.
Yeah.
Have we ever done a Nightwish video? Well, we've done the South American ones in Argentina,
No, but North America, I don't think we've done one.
Crap, I don't think we've done a single one in North America. I think
this
you're
was the
right.
first.
We did one on a boat. Remember the boat one? The Nightwish cruise?
Was that in North America?
No, they don't do cruises. Like, how would you do a cruise in North America?
Just keep going around.
Around what?
Around North America.
You can't go around North America. You would have to go all the way... Well, you could go through the Panama Canal, I guess, but then how do you go over? You have to go around Antarctica.
Oh, yeah.
My God, man.
Geography wasn't my best subject.
What is your best subject?
History.
Definitely not math.
No.
Alright. Sahara live at Tampa. Let's do this. I think before we talk about the song, we got to talk about the venue. I think that's got to be the smallest venue they've ever played at.
Yeah, but you know what? It was better than the venue they played when they were here.
Had more people than the venue that they played when they came to Toronto.
No, better. Overall, it was a better venue. Even though it was smaller,
it had atmosphere.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
And it didn't have those shitty chairs.
Yeah, and everybody was into it. But really small venue. I mean, these guys are used to playing like in front of like 20,000, 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And then you come to North America and you play in front of like 2,000, 3,000 people. It's quite like a drop.
Yeah.
I don't know how, as a band, I guess as a band you want to play your music in front of your fans, regardless if it's 3,000 or 20,000. But I could only assume that it's a different level of energy when you're playing in a big stadium.
It's more
intimate.
Intimate, yeah.
Definitely. There's pros and cons with everything, right? The big stadium, you have to imagine. I mean, I can only imagine because we'll never perform in front of 20,000 people.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine how it is to be in a stadium like a football stadium, like packed with people, like Wembley, for example.
And all eyes are on you.
Yeah, and like, wow, it must be humbling. You know what I mean? To have that many people coming to see you perform. Think that highly of you, right? Like, it must be really humbling. And then at the same time, when you're playing a venue like this, it's really intimate. It kind of goes back to the roots of the band when you're starting out and you're playing small clubs and small venues. So it has a different aspect because at those big venues, you don't interact with the fans necessarily. It's just a bunch of people in this huge crowd. Here, you can actually see people's faces and you can have more of a close connection. Me personally, I always prefer to see bands at smaller venues. But having said that, Nightwish is one of those bands that I definitely want to see in a big stadium.
Because we saw them already in a semi-small venue.
Yeah, we saw them kind of in a kind of pregnant venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't small, it wasn't big. It was kind of like in between. Like,
but for some reason, the in-between wasn't... I don't know.
No, it didn't do it for me. I mean, their performance was fine. The venue itself kind of took a little bit of...
If they performed at the Phoenix, that's a whole...
That would have been a better venue, I think,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Yeah, but... Too bad they can't pack a place like Air Canada Centre or Scotiabank, whatever you call it now. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting because this was a really small venue by the standards, maybe by their standards, but also by the standards of the videos that we've done on the channel. It's always been like these big outdoor venues or big stadiums, that kind of stuff. So this was definitely a smaller venue. Now, what did you think of the performance?
I mean, it doesn't matter how big the venue is, how small the venue is.
That's true. When you're great, you're great.
When you're great, you're great, and they're great. So, I mean, I feel like... It doesn't matter how bad the venue is. It doesn't matter how good the venue is.
Size doesn't matter when it comes to Nightwish.
Exactly.
All right, I can live with that. A couple of things I thought was interesting. When the song starts and it's just the instrumental getting moving, Floor is not on stage. The moment that she starts singing, it appears to us because obviously she walked on stage, but because of the camera angles and the way the video is shot. It's almost like she shows up out of thin air. She just shows up on stage like, like a goddess just shows up there.
An angel sent down.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, the way the footage worked to give that impression that she just like, appeared out of thin air. So I really like that. The other thing I wanted to say is, this song is a magnificent track. And it's one of the songs that, to me... her voice on this song really elevates the song itself because her voice is just magnificent.
Yeah.
She goes in and she shows you everything that she can do with her voice on this specific song. She shows you what she can do when she goes with a lower tone. She shows you what she can do when she goes with the higher notes. She kind of gives you a glimpse of everything that she has at her range and then still leaves something in her pockets in case she needs it later. You know what I mean? For a rainy day. She saves a little bit for a rainy day. But she kind of gives you a glimpse of everything that she can do in this song. I feel like that's really on full display and is definitely on full display during this performance. Another thing I wanted to mention that I feel that's important, I don't know if you caught that, I felt that in this performance, the guitars were really heavy and they had a really thick volume to them. They had so much texture, so much layers to it. They added to me. The song itself is not very heavy,
but they added the heaviness.
But they added heaviness to it, and I think it was because they had the two guitars on it, and that really makes a difference because it adds more volume. Because you can make one guitar. It's like that whole Spinal Tap thing. You know what I mean? You can make it one guitar go to 11, but if you have two guitars on 10, that gives you more volume. Sure, one can go to 11. But two guitars on 10, it gives you more volume. You can do more with the guitars. You can create more texture, more layers.
Yeah.
The song becomes almost more intricate, and I really like that aspect of the song. it gave a little bit of heaviness to a song that's overall very mellow. It doesn't have a fast tempo to it, and overall it's not heavy. But the guitars give a little bit of heaviness. The guitars almost bring at points. Her voice is kind of like the helium in the balloon. It's like elevating the song, and then the guitars come in and they kind of deflate the balloon a little bit, and they bring the heaviness of the song down a little bit. So you kind of have this musical and vocal tag team of sorts that just brings the song in waves, like up and down, up and down, up and down.
The balloons go up, then they get cut
Then they
down.
deflate it a little bit, it comes down. Then she comes in with her voice, she brings the song back up again. Then the guitars kind of bring the song back down. Because overall, the keyboards are adding a lot of melody as well to the song.
A lot of
there was a lot of fisting in this one.
Yeah.
not the fingering, fisting in this one. But the drums also had a little bit of heaviness to it. Not over the top heaviness. The drums were there, kind of like keeping the pace with the song.
Yeah.
But they kind of gave it a few flourishes here and there to add to that texture, to that volume that the guitars have. At least in my opinion, listening to this performance, this is really good performance for the size of the venue and everything. When you consider everything, what a great performance by Nightwish. This song is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It has such a I don't know. It kind of levitates you. It's almost like a flying carpet. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're on a flying carpet with ups and downs. Up and down.
I kind of wish we saw Nightwish in a venue like this. So.
Oh yeah, I would like a venue like this. You could be up front. You can really you yourself can engage with the audience.
Yeah.
And then as an audience, you become one, and then you engage with the band. I thought here there was more of you perform and I watch type mentality from the people that attended the show.
Up.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It was almost like you went to an opera.
I mean, they are like an opera.
I know, but the people that went to the show in Toronto, they kind of acted like they were at the opera, where they're just sitting down and like, entertain me, almost like at the Roman Colosseum. You know what I mean? Like, entertain me. And then after each song, they should have asked, "Are you entertained?" You know, it kind of had that vibe. There was definitely there was a little bit of a disconnect between the audience and the performance. Nothing to do with the band itself, but I think the audience was not. I'm not going to say it's not the right audience, but I think there was a lot of people in the audience that perhaps they appreciate music in a different way.
Yeah.
Not in the way that I like to appreciate. I like to be in there, you know, like with the people and feel the music and let the music flow through you.
Take over you.
Yeah, let the music take control of your body, and then, you know, just completely let loose. You know what I mean? Sitting there and just watching I'm not at the movies. You know what I mean? Even at the movies, I go to 4D so I can get some more movement out of the chairs and stuff.
If I wanted to sit down and watch Nightwish, I'd go and sit on the couch and put in a Nightwish DVD.
Exactly. All right, perfect. You finished on the perfect note.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is it for today. Thank you for voting for this video. Remember, let us know in the comment section what video we should check out next. Put a link to the video, and then the video with the most fingers is the one that we'll check out in a couple of weeks.
And the fingers up.
Up, yeah. Make sure you click on the right finger, the one like this. The hitchhiking one. The hitchhiking one. All right, guys. This is it for today, but come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.